And we're live. Wait, I didn't even know we was live. That might have been the worst bringing ever. But this is Beautiful Lies, Ugly Truth. I'm your host, Jenny Social G, with little brother Devin Epps. And the usually on time, Val Jenkins. Coming in looking like Little Kim's whole assistant. Are you fine? Because I don't think your phone is going to make it. Everything good?
Yeah, how you feeling?
Everything good.
I'm good. All right, so welcome to Beautiful Lies, Ugly Truth, ladies and gentlemen. We come to you a little somber with the start of this show. We want to shout out Vicious V, a very prominent DJ in Baltimore City, who was unfortunately murdered earlier this week. Prayers go out to his family, his friends, and Val, were you coming from? Yeah, so Val, where you were coming from? Just leaving there. So you tell us a little bit about the moves going on down there at the dedication for Vicious V.
Of course, it's very somber. Everybody down there is sad. A lot of DJs represented. It was a good crowd. It was a good crowd down there. To be so early, it's not over till 12 o'clock.
Cool.
But yeah, it's a little sad.
Where's it located? If you want to let everybody know if they want to still make it down there.
Culture Center.
Culture Arts Center. Okay.
Yes. Parking is terrible, so give yourself time to park and get there.
All right. All right. With that being out of the way, we're gonna try to have some fun tonight, guys, as much as we possibly can. Keeping it in the vein of music, something that's been very detrimental to my life. A friend of mine, personal friend of mine, through music. I don't really know the guy, but I feel like I know him. Kanye's missing, ladies and gentlemen.
I heard you say something about that.
Find Kanye. We thought he was in Wyoming, holed up, working on a new album, and apparently he's not. Nobody can find him. Nobody knows where he is. Kim's out partying. The Jenners are out partying, but can't nobody find Kanye. There's been a lot of speculation about his mental health and, what's really going on with him, and we really don't know. I don't know where he is. I've tried to reach out to him. I've sent smoke signals. I've called his representation. I've got in touch with John Legend. John Legend don't know nothing. It's really stressing me out. I don't know if you guys are as worried as I am.
I'm not.
But you're not.
I'm not.
Kanye can't find himself right now.
It's no way Kanye's missing. First of all, I'll be having the whole theory on grown men just going missing.
Right.
See, the reason why I don't want to comment on it fully is because when I feel once you're over 25, you're not missing, you're dead.
You did?
That's how a lot of my mind be thinking. But these people they don't just. This is Kanye West. What the hell is he? He's not missing. Where's he going when somebody doesn't know who he is?
He deleted his Instagram. He deleted his Twitter.
So
it's crazy.
He want to be missing. Sometimes people want to be missing, and he want to be missing.
Maybe he's not.
Shit. I want to be missing when
know.
bills is due, and I might not have the full payment to go. I want to go missing. That's it. I'm bipolar every 2 weeks. When I get paid, I feel good. When I get paid, I feel good. The off weeks, I'm sad, but then come next week, I'm right back to happy. So that's my whole thing. But what you mean, fuck him? My man just said fuck Kanye, but that's him. These light skinned dudes, they be on other stuff. They be on other stuff. Now this is my thing, and I've been wanting to pick on you about this actual topic that I was bringing up.
Me?
Yes, you.
Ooh.
Because you're of the light skin persuasion.
I'm Butter Pecan. I keep telling you that.
Light skin. So anyway, this how this works. I was going on Facebook the other day, and they were talking about the angry black woman, and the person who was saying it is very fair-skinned. And I was like, I don't recall the whole angry black woman thing ever being perpetuated by anybody light-skinned. So I started asking myself, are y'all really a part of when people say the angry black woman?
For one, you say y'all.
Yes, y'all.
Y'all.
Yes, y'all.
Who's y'all?
The light-skinned y'all.
I'm Butter Pecan.
Okay, if you don't want to own it, that's the whole thing. But what I can
yes,
say
I mean,
is
it depends on who said it and why did she say that? Why is she angry? Why did she make that post? Was it a post? Was it a video? What was it?
No, she was actually, it was, the post itself was actually more geared towards just something else, but the reaction she said was, I didn't want to just turn out to be the angry black woman. And I'm looking at her like, whoa, you won't be viewed as the angry black woman, because they never viewed a light-skinned black woman as the angry black woman.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, what do you have to back it
I
up?
can say for myself, I can only speak for myself. I'm a very strong person. But all that I've been through with men, I should be an angry butter pecan woman. But I'm not. Life moves on. You take the punches and you keep moving.
No, but I'm not just talking about in relationships. I'm talking about anyway.
I'm talking about
workplace,
period.
everything.
I'm talking about period.
Okay, so now.
So you should have got deeper into her situation and asked her why was she so angry.
No, I'm gonna get deeper.
Was she angry at her parents?
No,
was
I'm
she
gonna
angry
get
at
deeper.
life?
I'm gonna
What
get
was she
deeper on
angry
it.
at?
It's not about her. It's not about her. It's not about her. She was just the one that sparked it. It's about.
I hear it all the time.
Why do you hear it all the time?
I hear women saying, men ain't shit, men is this, I'm angry, I'm this, that. Now, it's no different than what men say about women. Don't try to blame it all on the women. Don't do it.
I mean, blame it on the women.
Don't say women is the only one who say things like that.
No.
Y'all talk down about women.
No. And I don't mean we're talking down on actual women. This is why I'm trying to get you to understand this is geared towards the colorism of it. This is what I'm talking about. Look at, matter of fact, let's take Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, for example.
Right.
We all saw when Janet, what is it, Dubois?
Yes.
Janet Dubois.
Yes.
Yep.
She is not considered, she's clearly nowhere next to fair-skinned. Mm-hmm. And Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they didn't even try to fool us. They didn't even try to fool us and bring in another dark skin.
Grand opening, grand
They
closing.
went directly to the
They
other
didn't
end of the
even
spectrum.
swim.
They went to the other end of the spectrum, and all of a sudden, the narrative on Janet was, oh, she was angry. All of a sudden, she was all over the place and everything else. That was the narrative that was painted on her. That's example number one. Example number two.
She had issues, though.
Of course, then once they told you,
She had issues.
what was her issues? What was her issues before the narrative that they put out?
I don't know what her issues were.
Exactly, because there weren't any issues about her. That's just the tip of the iceberg, what they always do.
So what is the issue with Monique? I'm hearing Monique is in the news again.
Oh, we'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that in a second.
Right, we'll touch on that.
As for my second example, Diary of an Angry Black Woman. Kimberly Elise, who is, I wouldn't say she's the darkest of sisters, but she's darkest. But
they used her. They did
But
that.
once
Yeah,
again,
right.
when she got divorced, the guy that she stopped messing with, her husband and everything, who was he messing with? First of all, I don't even know if she was there white.
Yeah,
That's
right,
it.
right.
Her name is Lisa Marcos.
Okay,
or whatever.
okay,
So
right.
I'm pretty sure her whole ethnicity in real life is something besides black, but it's that always that one spectrum to the next. It's always the same thing. And like I said, just looking around, they always portray the black woman as the dark-skinned one that's angry.
Oh yeah.
More
Another example of that would be Gina and Pam.
It's a good reason for that.
Exactly.
Gina and Pam. Gina was the more mild-mannered, cool-headed of the two. When Pam was the angry ghetto ass one.
Right.
Down to get a contribution.
I'm angry at the world.
There's a good reason for all the stuff that y'all saying.
What's the reason?
It's the truth.
That was not good.
Sums it up.
Sums
it up.
So
you tell me
this is
why
fact.
you
It is
think.
the truth
Tell me why you think
in every scenario.
it is.
All the scenarios that y'all just named. When you go back to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the first what was the lady name?
Janet Dubois. Old
No.
dancing ass.
No, not Janet.
Not Aunt Vivian. What are you talking about?
Aunt Viv.
Aunt Viv, yeah.
Her real name is Janet Dubois.
Or whatever her name is. The Aunt Viv, the brown skin one.
Yeah.
She was an asshole.
She was a little angry.
She is talented, but she had the same issue. A lot of those women had the same issue that are trained actresses and have a lot of tenure under their belt when somebody comes in with less and they're the star. That happened on Good Times with JJ and the mother. She had that issue.
Florida
and
Evans.
John Amos. That's why he left. Now they had to kill his character off because they didn't initially.
I don't think that's why he got killed.
No, that is why. That is why. And the story was initially supposed to be about them two, right? They were the stars, but JJ character went on there and took off. So then they had to make adjustments. So then JJ started getting more lines. They started getting less lines. JJ was getting more money. When it came time to renegotiate, he was ready to roll out, and he rolled out. And so they was just like, forget it. We got the star right here. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was not a trained actor. He's a rapper. She looked down on him, but he was the star. So they got rid of her.
And it was his show.
It was his show.
Right.
Yeah.
Executive producer.
But she
man.
looked like I have the accolades, and she's a trained dancer and she actress in her own right and all that kind of stuff. She felt like she wasn't getting the respect that she was due. So her angriness came out, and that's how it is. They tend to be more angry because brown-skinned women have a chip on their shoulder naturally because it comes from their rearing. So as little girls, they always feel like the light-skinned girls look better. They get treated more. So they have this chip on their shoulder as little kids, and it just comes up. They become adults with the same chip on their shoulder.
Big-ass chip. The chip just
Big ass chip.
Big ass.
You know what?
Dark chip.
As a light-skinned person, I kind of agree with you. Because you know what, I do agree with you because people do go straight to the light skinned girl, and it is so funny because it brings me back to the teenage age. Back, I don't know, y'all from Baltimore or not? Back in middle school, the Pimlico Rockers or whatever, and they would attack only the girls, the light skinned girls with long hair.
The who?
The
Pimlico Rockers.
The
Pimlico.
Please explain to me who the
That's some little gang shit.
Some gang shit. Little Pimlico Rockers.
They will only attack the females.
Terrorizing
the
Park
light
Heights?
skin.
You remember how the
Park
Pink
Heights
Ladies
all
was
day.
on Grease? It's kind of like
Right.
It
that.
was Pimlico Rockers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
So yeah, men tend to go to the light skinned women. They do, right?
women have attitudes about that.
Right.
Because see, the thing, I'm not going to attack the brown skin woman like that because the whole thing was this: they were told pretty much all day in life. But this is the thing about it. This conversation, it's a real thing. And I just hate when people be like, yo, this shouldn't be this way. Never mind how it should be. This is what it is.
It's what it is.
And admit to it, then we can move on with it. Nah, but I got a lot of female friends that actually admit to it. They be like, yo, they're like, coming up, I second guess myself. I always thought this, different shades of makeup and stuff like that. Now, of course, as you get older, first off, as you get older, there's no guarantee that that's going to go away in terms of just your own mentality, because you have to get to a point where you can live with yourself and things like that and have a self-confidence about yourself. But it's basically blown up all the time. Like women's self-esteem is put on blast 95% of the time with commercials and everything all day long. That's all you see. You gotta dress like this. You gotta wear your hair like this. You gotta weigh this much. Like everything. And women, I don't even see how they do it because it's like every 4 or 5 minutes, it's a commercial on telling them how you should look. This is the definition of beauty. So if you're a person that's not grounded within yourself, you'll be sitting there being like, oh, you're changing every 2, 3, 4 minutes. And the thing about it with guys, this is where we get it at. We get it at in terms of our machismo, in terms of in the movie, it doesn't matter how the guy looks, the tough guy always gets the girl. That's what I'm saying. Like that's how it comes across to us in real life.
It's gotta be gristle.
So that's when the thug gets it. The tough guy, the one that kicks ass. He always winds up. He doesn't like the girl the whole movie. But
Never likes her. She never likes him either. She doesn't like him either.
He has to drag her around, keep her alive, and by the end of the movie,
she finally realizes.
He grabs her. He grabs her. He's aggressive, and that's it. So we seen this all our life, and we like, you know what? I guess you got to be the tough guy to actually get the girl. And then a lot of us go out there and get our ass kicked.
Yeah, we all ain't tough. Shit.
You realize
gotta learn how to fight first.
That basically
you gotta learn how to fight.
It basically piggybacked on last week's conversation on name brands. So guys feel as though the younger guys feel like I got to do what I got to do to get the name brand clothes because I want to look like this, I want to look like that because that's what the girl's looking for.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So it's basically the same thing. All of it comes in play. And you're right, it started out as a child. It started out.
That's why you gotta stay woke, ladies and gentlemen.
You
You
gotta
stay above.
Who the hell started that stay woke
Stay
shit?
Stay
woke.
woke.
I'm
Gotta
sick
stay
of
woke.
that shit.
I tell you who it wasn't. It wasn't a sleepy motherfucker. That's who it wasn't. It wasn't nobody who was
Stay
out
woke.
here.
Stay woke.
You gotta be woke, baby.
That's some bullshit.
Right.
And now all of a sudden everybody's so fucking woke. They
Gotta be
should
woke, baby.
killing me. Like, yo, just people.
You don't know. You ain't read that. You better stay woke.
You gotta stay woke, man. You gotta
You
stay.
don't know
You
where
gotta stay
Kanye at? You better
abreast.
stay woke.
I told you people keep inverting sayings too, just to stay woke.
Yeah.
But like, don't. My cousin said the funniest shit when I gave him the example. He was like, "Don't strive to be the best. Be the best and strive."
Yeah, there you go,
And he
baby.
would stay woke. I was like, that shit doesn't even make sense. But that's what people do.
It ain't radio on fire, baby. The fire is on the radio. That's what's going on right now.
Exactly.
That's what's going on.
Stay woke. That's it.
Yeah,
All they
you
do
ain't
is
listening. That's what you
invert
gotta do.
everything. And you think about this shit does sound mad deep when you bring it backwards and shit like that. Like,
Spin it
And
around,
he
man.
probably got the attitude with
I was
it.
like, you can say anything. You can say anything and reverse it. That should sound cool as hell.
Yeah, man.
Right.
That's what it's
Shit.
about.
You say it in the right conversation, somebody else is going to pick up on it, and that's how it all starts.
Yeah, man. It's got to branch out. You gotta have your right advertising. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but
Right. I was looking at you like, what are you trying to
Listen,
say?
I drew a blank on that one. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Look, they can't all be perfect. All right, I got all of them here. But with that being said, Val touched on it a little bit earlier, in the vein of angry black women. Monique, Baltimore's own, ladies and gentlemen, is wilding.
Monique.
If you guys aren't familiar with Monique, she started off as a stand-up comedian in Baltimore, Maryland, had her own club, worked her way up from there, had a nationally syndicated show, The Parkers, with Constance Vaughn, that I think still comes on to this day. From there, she parlayed into movie roles and actually got herself an Oscar-worthy role, which she actually won. That was Precious, right? Precious. Use a dummy, bitch. But that's a good quote. But after that, it seems that Monique has been blackballed in Hollywood. It's been a while now. The last thing I believe she did was This Christmas, or if it wasn't called This Christmas, it was Just Like This Christmas.
I think.
Home for the Holidays, is that what it was?
No, she just. Right.
This Christmas?
It was like a Christmas
Okay.
Christmas movie.
I don't think it was this Christmas.
No, This Christmas was Chris Brown
That was
joint.
the Chris Brown joint.
Yeah,
So then it was just Christmas.
just something like that. Yeah, something like that.
With the family coming together.
Yeah, it was the last starring role she had, but she's starting to feel the pinch of not being the most popular black female in Hollywood, and she lashed out a little bit. Not a little bit. She lashed out all the way.
whole lot.
Oh yeah, she told pretty much
She told Lee
three-fifths
Daniels,
three-fifths of black
Daniels,
three-fifths of black Hollywood.
Oprah, and Tyler Perry
She's done.
to suck a dick.
That's it.
If she had
Look,
one.
all she got is
She's sucked her dick.
to suck her
If
dick.
she
Yeah, her
had
dick.
one. She
All
said,
she got
"Y'all
left
suck my dick if I had one."
is Cube and Spike.
That was subliminal.
Right.
Because she was also saying all three of y'all suck dick.
But Oprah's a woman.
Yeah, Oprah, yes, but the Lee Daniels and
Tyler
Tyler
Lee
Perry,
ain't.
she was also calling them gay. Which we know they are, but I'm just
I was
saying.
about to say, I was like,
Is that breaking news that Tyler Perry's gay?
News for Lee Daniels?
You know what they mean? Shocker.
If
I think
Tyler
Lee's out
Perry's-
there. I
if
think
Tyler-
Lee's out there.
If Tyler Perry's listening, he's probably like, "Whoa, the jury's still out on me."
right.
We know this nigga right
Still
here.
low. I'm still getting low down here, baby.
Like, okay,
Y'all don't know.
Oprah, she's a woman. Lee, come on,
Lee, we know.
They probably sitting in the room like, Lee, come on,
Come on,
we
Lee.
already
She's a
know.
woman. She's a woman.
Like Oprah, she can get away with that.
Lee, we know you
she can
sucking
get
dick,
away
Lee.
with that.
You're probably
They're
sucking
like,
Tyler's
Lee,
dick, Lee.
Come on, Lee. You know you top.
Come on, Lee. Come on, Lee.
Matter of fact, no, scratch that. I'm not saying shit about Lee Daniels because he might be listening, and I might need to roll. I might need to roll.
Like
Listen,
I said earlier,
Lee
Big
Daniels
Lee-
always got black men doing weird shit in movies. I won't be in a Lee Daniels movie.
And Tyler
He's sucking
Perry
dick.
always have the same people on all his shows.
Yeah,
But you don't got
Like
that
I
from
said,
Spike
the
Lee.
But once you get in with Tyler-
in the beginning,
No, but that's he supports the people that support him. So
Yeah, Tyler, yeah.
you look out for
everybody
his
support him. That's why he's Tyler
people. He look
Perry.
out for his people. So
Yeah.
But he basically, if you look at his shows, he basically had the same actors and actors.
It's just
on
Lance
there.
Gross, Alan Payne,
Lamar Rucker.
Lamar Rucker. Yeah, that's about it.
And Lamar Rucker plays the
Mans.
same role. He's starting to
All
play
the
the
time,
same
same
role,
role,
and
all the time.
he's the mountaineer forever. Like, he's always Yo, like he's always like mad, mild mannered, and
Hold on.
He gets
Because
really
I'm
upset.
not familiar with the name, but I think I know who you're talking about. This is Jill Scott's love interest.
Yes. He's the same character. Even when he gets mad,
Right.
it's still like a cool.
It's cool, yeah, it's
like-
reserved.
He might not don't even change his outfit. He's
Listen,
the
baby
same,
girl.
same thing all the time.
And he's like
Officer.
and
He's
he-
always something of authority. Officer, lawyer, some shit.
Speaking of bad actors, Shamar Moore.
Oh, shit.
Where is he?
Bury me, yo.
Yo, Shamar. First
Hate
off,
that part.
I thought Shamar Moore's best acting job was when he did have like the fake braids in his
I knew you was going with the cornrows.
Yo, like the cornrows and shit. I
Top
was
5 worst cornrows in the history of cornrows ever.
Cornrows came with the scarf.
Yeah, and,
Right.
and I think they was burnt at the tips.
They had to be something. That'd be something.
They were fake.
Yeah, the
They
flame
were.
the shit out those at the
It
end.
was fake braids.
I got a friend of mine. My man Todd Fleming, comedian dude, man, funny. So he goes out to LA to gig because he got a few connects out there.
Okay.
And he was like, yo, his friend was real cool with Shamar Moore. So they was hanging out and everything. He was like, by the third day, he was like, does this nigga own a shirt? He was like, yo. He said, no, seriously. He said he asked his man.
White
He was like,
beaters.
yo. He said,
He wear white beaters.
no, not even white beaters. He said every time they went out, he said he would leave the house without a shirt and have the shirt in his hand.
Nipples out,
And he was
nigga.
like, and he was like, no, seriously. No, I'm telling you, I swear I get the call. He was like, no, and if he did wear a shirt, it was see-through. Like,
Like the
every
netted, the
time.
netted.
Like, that's the only way you
Yes.
recognize him in Hollywood and shit.
That's it.
Like, you come in with a shirt on, you're like, who the fuck is you?
Every
Like,
time.
oh, it's me, baby. Look, it's mine, baby. She ain't know.
Like, oh.
My bad, y'all ain't know who it was. My fault. I'm sorry. It's cold. It's cold. I'm
They
sorry.
said he said every day. Now I can appreciate the not wearing the shirt thing because my goal is to get to that point in my body where I just get to walk out the house.
Sun's out, guns out,
with
right?
a shirt in my back pocket.
Yeah,
like that's it. Just
Put
to
it on
take
your
time.
head.
Not
Tie it
over,
on your
not
head.
over your shoulder.
Nah, you gotta have it in the back
Nah,
pocket.
you wanna cover your
I've seen
chest
I've seen a lot of thugs. I've seen a lot of thugs do it, and I like the look. So
You gonna throw it in your back pocket?
So
I
is that
just-
where the tattoos come in that on your chest?
now I probably won't get no tattoos.
Body's a
I
temple.
might not get no tattoos.
No tats.
I probably could. Well, I might get one or two, but
You've been
I don't
thinking
know.
hard on this, huh?
Now I've been saying, I always been thinking about that shit, but it's just
Always been thinking. Well, what are you doing about it?
like not a damn thing.
Nothing.
Damn thing.
Ain't nothing you that attached to get tattooed on your body, right?
Now I'm saying if I get a kid,
Yeah, right, okay. Some forever shit. It's gotta be some
like
forever
that,
shit.
yeah,
Right, right, right.
I'll do something like that, but I'm gonna have to be like successful too. Like don't be having tattoos and be unsuccessful.
Yeah, you can't do that. You
My
can't do
man
that.
Lenny used to say, once you got 3 or more tattoos, you're a waste of body. He said, you got to be about something. He said, you got to be about something. And on that note, we're going to pay a couple of bills. We're going to be right back. Had a few more topics, a lot more topics I needed to touch on.
Yeah,
So
baby.
we're going to fly through some things, pay some bills. RadioOnFire.com, Beautiful Lies, Ugly Truth. On up, boom.
Be back.